Welcome to Two Crazy Scoops Podcast with your hosts, Ayo and Antino. This week, we're going to talk about everything. Literally everything in existence in an hour. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know why we're going to do it, but it is going to get done. So stay tuned, and hopefully, we'll be able to figure out what we're doing here. Slowly, but surely.
Exactly. All right. So this week we have, like Antino mentioned, we have a ton of topics to talk about. But the first thing we'll probably start with is we have a very special guest this week. And his name is Victor. He is from Brazil, and he's going to tell us a little bit about it. We're going to bombard him with a million questions, and hopefully he can answer all of them.
As we said, you're going to have to talk about everything, so no pressure.
No pressure at all, Victor. You're just representing one country. I mean, it's not a big deal.
It's nothing.
It's just the largest country in South America.
I guess I do it every day, represent a country.
Oh, man.
So,
all right, cool.
I was going to say, what did you say is going on right now in Brazil? You said something about fireworks.
Oh, yeah. You heard now?
Can't hear him right now, but you said there was a chant.
We're having the...
Oh, sorry.
We're having the final round of the National Soccer Championship.
Okay.
It's a match, Flamengo versus Internacional.
And who are you rooting for? Who do you want to win?
I support Flamengo.
It's funny. I actually remember. Hold up. Let me make sure. I'm going to look this up to make sure I'm saying this correctly because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Okay. Yes, I did. Okay. So when the first time I went to Brazil, I actually went to a Flamengo game.
Really?
I did. Yeah.
You remember against whom was the match?
I don't, but you know what? I can find the pictures that I took there and tell you. It was crazy though, because in case people who are listening who are not as familiar with Brazil is like football capital, it seems like. And the energy in that stadium was insane. Like I have never seen anything like that. Like I've gone to some American game, different sports here, basketball, football, everything. And I have yet to ever hear the crowd go that crazy as they did in Brazil when I was at that game. It was insane. So, I mean, I was like, man, these people love their football. Americans, we call it soccer because, we're dumb, but it's, real football.
And even from home, it's a bit insane,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of energy, man. Yeah, I might, if I can find a video clip, I will send it to you just so you can see it. Because I did take a video there, but that was like about 10 years ago when I went at least for that first time, and it's hard to find a lot of stuff because I don't know where I put all.
I'd love to see it.
So how do the games affect like businesses and stuff in that area?
It depends on the game. It depends on the season. For example, when I have the World Cup, people leave from work a bit earlier, to be able to watch from home or go to the stadium, if it's the case. But usually, in normal days, the matches take place by night, so does not affect too much the normal routine.
Okay. And I know when I went to go visit Brazil, you used to have to get a visa as an American to go visit Brazil. But because there was some game going on during 2019, I'm really sorry if it was the World Cup because I don't remember what game it was. But they were letting people just travel there without having to get a visa, so that helped me out a lot. But I forget what game that was. Brazil. Soccer.
Yeah, that's a lot. You get to save a little bit of money. I don't know how much the visas are or were at that time, but you definitely save some money.
It says it was Copa America 2019, International Men's Association. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with that.
But Victor, let's start off with a couple more questions for you. Uh, the first one is, what part of Brazil are you from?
So I'm from the state of Rio de Janeiro, but actually I live in a city called Nilópolis. It's something like Nile River in English, but there's nothing related to Egypt here. It's just the name.
Okay.
It stands in the limits of the city of Rio de Janeiro, so we are neighbors. It's really close.
Okay. Milopolis. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm actually pulling up some pictures now. Um, all right, cool. And what do you do for work there?
Well, I'm a teacher and I lecture Portuguese and literatures to basic education. I guess, let me remember, how do you call it in English? High school and elementary school,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, in preparation courses for university exams.
Awesome. And your English is very good. And so I have to ask, how did you learn English? Did you grow up speaking it or
You
did you
were
learn it
you were
later?
very nice to me now.
I'll put it this way. You're doing an excellent job. If I had to be on a podcast in Portuguese, I don't think I could do it. I'd be like, what?
Really?
Wait, slow down. Talk slow, please. Because I don't
We'll
talk
have to
that
try it
fast.
out to know.
Yeah, I guess. I guess I wouldn't know if I tried it, but
Well, also, if there's
I would
any
be.
words that you don't remember, you can always just tell Aaron, and he can translate it pretty well too. He's a good translator.
uh,
Because
I
for
might
me,
need eventually.
oh man, for me, like I could say something, but then I get to like a certain word, and I couldn't think of it, so I just asked my wife to say it for me.
She's Brazilian.
No, but she understands it a lot better than I do. She's more
Oh,
fluent in it. Um,
cool.
so she's my translator, especially when
yeah,
we,
she.
Particular translator.
yeah, I mean, she also speaks Spanish as well. So the translating that she does is kind of similar to what she grew up doing. She can kind of do it a little faster than I could. But we were learning Portuguese here, and we went to the foreign language class, so we were kind of learning how to do it slowly but surely. But it was very slowly for me. Eu falo muito português now. I do not. Oh no. But there is a place. A lot of people who come here to sell gems are from Minas Gerais in Brazil. How far away is that from you?
I'm sorry, which place?
Minas Gerais, I believe it was called.
It's a neighbor state. I guess it's 2 to 3 hours by car.
Oh, okay. And then with the teaching that you're doing, and that's in Portuguese then, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then what kind of literature are you kind of, I guess, I guess I didn't understand fully what that entails.
Oh, I got it. It's because the university exams here used to require specific knowledge in literatures, especially the classical literature.
Okay.
So we used to teach it in a separate subject.
And what kind of classical literature are you familiar with there?
I don't know if you ever heard of Machado de Assis.
I haven't.
It's one of our greatest, it's the greatest author in Portuguese literature. people from Portugal might be a little jealous about it because they have their own authors like Essa de Queiroz and Fernando Pessoa. But here in Brazil, we would say that Machado is the greatest.
Mm-hmm. And what does he write about?
He's the main author of a period called realism in literature, and he writes about human relationships, and he tends to write his books with a bit of irony and an acid humor. It's a very specific style that when you read, it's from Machado.
Mm-hmm. And was that what time period did he write?
Sorry.
What years was he alive that he wrote his works?
He lived in the 19th century. He died in 1908, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, wow. He kind of sounds like what people here think about Shakespeare, although Shakespeare is not from the United States, but...
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking. It was like, it sounds like this could be the Brazilian Shakespeare. Of course, obviously, Shakespeare lived, maybe a couple of 100 years before that. But still, that's pretty interesting.
It's a fair comparison.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are some of your hobbies? What are some of the things you enjoy doing?
Well, I used to run and work out, but now with this pandemic, I became a bit lazy. And you probably you've probably been watching the news that here in Brazil, people don't used to go along with the World Health Organization protocol. So if you need to go to the streets and buy some groceries, you see people wearing no masks and doing parties, and so if we want to protect ourselves, we need to avoid some things we used to do before, like running and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I get that. Here, they won't even let you in the store without a mask on. So if you try to roll in without a mask, they'll be like, get out. Or at least that's what they do at my store that I work at. They are very quick to kick people out. They're like, nope, get out. And there, in the beginning, there was a law here that was saying that if a person has a certain medical condition, you didn't have to wear one. But now they have these clear face shields that you can put over your face. And so if you can't wear a mask, you have to wear the shield. So there's no excuses anymore. So they definitely try to enforce it here. I can't speak for every spot in this country, but for the most part, it's enforced. And if you don't wear one, the other customers will make a big deal out of it. So it's an interesting difference.
Yeah,
but that's cool.
Here, even the people working in the stores here don't use a mask. So
okay. Yeah, the employees here are definitely required to wear them. Everywhere you go, you'll see the employees wearing them for sure. I think now you can't, obviously, like if you go to a restaurant, you can take your mask off while you're eating, of course, and while you're at your table. But otherwise, like if you're moving around, yeah, they pretty much enforce it here. It is interesting to hear how each place is handling that situation now. But speaking of restaurants, though, let me ask you this: like, what are some of your favorite foods? And I know, as in a general sense of the word, we all probably eat pretty much the same thing. But I'm curious to know, like, what are some like specific Brazilian foods that you really like?
Well, I can't remember many things I wouldn't eat, but I'm especially fond of dessert. Says, I guess it's pudding. Is it how you call it in English? Pudding. And there's a recipe. I don't know if the name's the same in English, but it's called pavê in Portuguese. the name sounds a bit French. I don't know, but it's a common dessert here. Pave.
Is it Pave?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll have to look it up now and see what that
Oh wow, yeah,
like
it's
what
like thin. It looks really good.
oh yeah, it does. Okay.
It's almost like is it like crepes? Not really crepes, but it looks like this the thin layers of.
Yeah, yeah. They alternate layers of cream and biscuit.
Nice. Huh. I'm not sure if I had that when I was there or not. I don't know. But that looks really good. Um what about so two there's a lot of foods that stood out to me that I really like there. One is coxinhas, if I'm saying it right. Coxina. Coxina?
Coxinha is.
Yeah, okay. Uh pound de queijo is one of my favorites. And of course, a good old fashioned feijoado. Those are some of my favorite ones that stand out in my head. But, you know,
Also, I had a question: is Coke popular there? Because that seemed like the only soda that we were getting when we were drinking sodas there. Is Coca Cola?
So it's the most common, but there are other brands here.
Oh, okay. We can hear the fireworks now. Did somebody win?
Let me check now. Um, let me see. And we are losing by one goal.
Oh no.
Pretty sad.
nice. And what about, let me ask you about music. Like, so what kind of music do you like? Do you like Brazilian, like pop music? Or is there a specific type of music you like? Or do you listen to more American music? Like, what are some of the things you like to listen to?
Well, my favorite band of life, is Red Hot Chili Peppers. But recently, I have listened different genres as French and Korean music, and actually now I'm rediscovering some Brazilian singers like Chico Buarque, Seu Jorge,
Mhm.
Cartola,
Uh
and so
huh.
on.
Nice. That's awesome. Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's they have a lot of songs that I like actually. um and what about like TV shows? Is there any particular shows that you're into or movies? Let's start with TV show. Or is there anything that you're watching right now?
Recently, I was introduced to K dramas. Have you ever watched some K drama?
I
Mm-mm.
haven't. They're like Korean dramas. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, Korean dramas.
One of my friends is really into that.
Yeah, you know who was telling me about it was uh the Garcia girls. They were telling me about them.
Doesn't Tommy watch him as well?
K drama? No.
Let's just say he does.
Okay. Well, sure. Yes,
I'm
he
just
does.
kidding.
No, he likes anime,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah, I
K
know
drama,
the
yeah.
Korean dramas
They,
are live action, so it's a little
May I
different.
leave a recommendation, Ria?
huh?
May I leave a recommendation here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you like thriller stories, I think you should watch Flower of Evil.
Flower of Evil. I'll write that in my
It's
notes.
available in a site called Viki, Viki.
Oh, and it's free to watch.
Even
Yeah, it's
better.
free.
I know. Hey, it says 98% like this show.
It's if it was a book, it would be a bestseller.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. Whoa. Is there anything else that stands out to you? Oh, I said shows, but what about movies? That's what I meant to ask you about.
Movies. Let me
Filmes.
see. The last movie that I watched was also a Korean movie called let me remember the name in English. I guess it's Space Sweepers or something.
Hmm.
It's recent. Let me check here. Space Sweepers. Yeah, Space Sweepers. That's it. It was the last movie that I watched.
Okay, gotcha.
You can see that I've been infected by this Korean thing.
No, like I said, my
That.
friends who like it, they really like it.
Yeah, it's so almost a mafia. Or I think my team scored a goal. Yeah.
Oh. I love how this is like live going on at the same time as the game, so you can get your highlights on it as well.
I know.
we can all experience it together.
I know. I feel bad that I'm with it. I feel like we're hijacking your game time. But I didn't.
Whoa.
But I didn't. But they're 4 hours ahead of us. I didn't even think that there would be a game on at this time. But
Party time, man.
I know, right? That is too funny. All right, cool. Well, while your team is celebrating, I have
I guess I should mute my microphone.
Wow.
no, no,
That's no, it's
yeah, it's
fine. Like I said, we get to experience it along with you. I don't think
exactly.
in quiet.
Brazilian for a day.
As
Yeah.
long as as long as I know it's fireworks, it's fine. If
At
you
some
didn't
point,
tell me ahead of time what it was, like if he has
goal.
right, if it was like somebody shooting or something, then I would be very
Yeah, that would be
nervous for you.
concerning. That
That
would
would be
be.
scary.
I would be concerned too.
Oh man. Hey, so completely random question for you. Is there anything, and I'm definitely putting you on the spot here, but you can answer this question honestly. Is there anything you think that Americans do that you find to be very strange? It's a very
Well,
general question.
very specific actually. There's a thing I used to find weird, but now I see the point, and actually I'm trying to apply it to my life now. And American breakfasts are very huge, to say the least.
Hmm.
Very caloric, pancakes and waffles and jam and eggs and milk and my God.
Hmm.
Our breakfasts here are it's normally a cup of coffee and a loaf of bread with some filling or cheese. It's very simple. But now
Hmm.
I see the importance of having a strong meal as the first meal of the day.
Hmm.
It's an habit I am trying to apply to my life now. I see this question.
Hmm. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, I have to throw one thing in there though. I do agree with you when you're saying that like a good hearty breakfast is good, and I agree. However, I will say that keep in mind that in the US, we are one of the most obese countries in the world as well. So, you know,
I think
pancake,
we can go a little
pancakes and
less.
egg, yeah, pancakes and eggs and all that other stuff. While it's good on occasion, whatever, every now and then you want to indulge in a huge breakfast, that's good. But I don't think that should be a regular thing. That's one of the reasons why we're all so fat.
Speak for yourself,
So,
Maybe
Aaron.
cutting off
well,
the
well, I'm
bacon
just saying.
and the eggs.
Yeah, yeah. I think Brazil had it right all along. Small, small breakfasts, you know, bigger lunches and dinners. Actually, from what I heard, lunch should, and this isn't necessarily true for everybody, but in a lot of places, lunch is actually the biggest meal, and then dinner is usually smaller. That's not everywhere, of course, but in a lot of countries, especially over in Europe, they tend to do it that way. Whereas here, we tend to do dinner as our biggest meal.
Hmm.
And it's true. My parents, they actually they don't used to have a dinner. They just eat some sandwich or something.
Hmm.
But the lunch is really huge here.
Yeah, yeah. I think that makes sense too. Because for your last meal, you don't want this gigantic portion of food, and then a couple hours later you're going to bed. It's like, it's too much. So,
And then
have you had a? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask about the coffee. Are you a coffee drinker?
I was until December. I'm reducing the caffeine.
Oh, okay.
And I guess
Because I really like the coffee down there when we went to go visit. We even have, I don't really know if the coffee beans are from Brazil, but they advertise them as being from Brazil. So here in Tucson.
but I'm insomniac, so it's not good to drink much coffee
Oh, okay.
along the day. So I'm trying to reduce due to my sleep issues. But I really love coffee. I was a heavy coffee drinker.
Yeah, I enjoy the espresso as well, but I don't. Well, I have an espresso maker. So I put the bean or the grounds in, and then you can make it that way. But yeah, I kind of had to cut back too because I get anxious, I have anxiety, so I can't drink it too much. Otherwise, I'll be pulling my hair out.
It's a trigger to anxiety for sure.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So at this point, I just have a couple of random questions for you. All our questions have been random so far, but this is going to be a little segment that we'll do random questions. And this is actually going to be both you and Antino participating in this.
Oh,
so,
great.
so I have questions. I have a couple of questions for the both of you. So I hope you're ready. Antino, you go first. All right. So if you had to pick a new name for yourself, what name would you pick?
You know, I've thought long and hard about this, and I really like my name. I actually do. I don't know. I do not know. It'd have to be something strong.
Okay.
Maybe Victor or something
strong.
like that.
Victor. Okay. Good choice.
Now you caught me.
Yeah, I don't know. I always like the name Geronimo,
Geronimo.
but that's just me.
I never figured out, changing my name, but let me see.
But if you had to choose it, what if they just pass a law tomorrow that says you no longer can be named Victor? What would you change your name to?
Victor 2.0.
All right.
Let me think of the Roman emperor or something. What about Julius Caesar's?
Julius
There you
Caesar.
go.
Good choice. Very good choice. All right. Question number 2. Would you rather uncontrollably laugh for the rest of your life or uncontrollably cry for the rest of your life? Which would you pick?
What kind of question is this?
Hey, I don't know. I found it.
Aaron, I'd rather just uncontrollably laugh, I guess, which I already do that. So I'm living it right now.
I would say the same. I already do that. So
Yeah. There are inappropriate times to laugh though, so it would still be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but you would just, tell they would know by then. I mean, if you show up and all of a sudden you're uncontrollable laughter, maybe then. But if it was your whole life, I'm pretty sure by the time you got there, they'd be like, "Oh, there's Antonio uncontrollably laughing at a funeral." I'm sure they would know by then, Aaron. You get a reputation pretty quickly.
could be a bit embarrassing, really.
Oh man. Okay, question number 3. How many days do you wear the same pants in a row before it becomes a problem?
I think Sao Paulo's. How many days in a row?
Yeah.
Well, considering here in Brazil, it's a bit hot. I can't go to the following day without changing my pants.
You
See,
can't.
Brazilians are very clean people. I appreciate that.
I got a pro tip for you, Aaron. You don't have to
What?
change your pants if you don't wear pants. But
Stop.
if you're going out and about, I think like one day, if I'm going to work, I mean, I have to work outside. That's like one day. But even if I work inside, it's like, but yeah.
That is funny. All right. Question number 4. What's the one food you could never bring yourself to eat?
Mm,
Uh, I don't know, like prunes.
Really? You think prunes are that bad?
I haven't had one recently. I had it when I was a kid and I didn't like it, but my taste buds might have changed. I don't know. I think it was the texture of it.
Hmm. Okay.
I'm sorry. Which food you said?
Yeah. Um, what's one food that you would never ever eat?
Well, I guess although I really love to eat, but there's a specific vegetable that I don't know. I cannot eat. Let me remember the name of it in English. I think it's Gilo.
Jello?
Yeah, Jello. I think. Let me check here. No, just a second.
Yeah. No worries. No rush. No rush. I thought you said Jello at first. That's why I was like, did you say Jello? But no, I guess that wouldn't make sense. Although
Well, in
I wouldn't
Portuguese
eat.
we call it Gilo.
Hmm. What is it? What does it look like?
Um, it's green and has a tiny cable in the
Oh, an
as
Oh,
eggplant?
it should.
I see it. Yeah, it's eggplant. Scarlet.
Eggplant.
Well, it's called
Yes.
scarlet eggplant. Yeah, that does not look appetizing. But you
Gilo.
know what? Yeah, I see it. It's like a green eggplant, basically. Yeah, I would probably not. Well, you know what? I would try it, but I don't think I would. I'm not sure if I would like it though.
Yeah, I'll try almost anything once, but I don't know. And then when it comes to like certain foods, I can't eat like I don't think I'd eat like a guinea pig, which they have those
Oh,
in Ecuador.
oh, that's disgusting.
Well, it's a delicacy there. It's a very famous food that comes out of Ecuador. People love it there. And we could have eaten alligator here when I went to go to Mississippi, but I don't think I'd try that. Do they eat
Yeah.
frog legs in Brazil?
Sorry,
How do you say like frog? The legs on frogs?
Frog. Frog. You mean sapo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, sapo. Let me see. Legs. Well, I don't know. Well, they take the legs of those small little animals and they fry them so they're crunchy in certain parts of the US. I don't
Wow.
I don't know what they do with the rest of the frog. I couldn't tell you that, but I'm just a lot of frogs in wheelchairs out in Mississippi.
That is funny. All right, and one
Well, at
last.
least they fry it before they eat.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. When you fry just about anything, you can make it taste decent. But I would not eat frog
Yeah.
legs. So yeah,
I think I'm gonna quote you on that, Aaron.
yeah. No, no, no. Just no. Some things just no. Have you ever seen a frog in real life? Like, why would you want to eat that? Like, some could when you think about it, at some point, someone looked at that frog and said, That thing would taste great fried.
Well, I mean, desperate times calls for desperate measures, Aaron. If you're hungry and you're starving, I'd go for a frog. I mean, you're just sitting there, one hops on you, and you're like, well, this is where it's come to. This is it. This is my only choice now. If it came to it, I'm sure you'd eat a frog leg. I guarantee you that.
Oh my god, that's too funny. Oh man. All right, and one last question for the both of you. If you had a chance to meet a fictional character, who would it be?
A fictional character?
Hmm That that means a character who is not real, Antonio.
Shakespeare. Have you heard the theory that people say that it was like a bunch of different people that wrote under that pen name?
I actually saw a video on YouTube about that.
I'm
But
not sure how real that is.
yeah, I don't know either. I can't.
Man, I don't know. Maybe I'd meet Don Quixote. He's a fictional character.
Okay, and who is that?
Don Quixote is a fictional character. It's written by Miguel de Cervantes. It's a story about the guy who's chasing windmills. He
Oh, so you're all...
Don Quixote.
gone. Yeah, yeah. That's how in Portuguese, Quixote.
Okay, all right, interesting.
I mean, I can't think of anyone else. Like, what do you always say? Superman?
Yeah,
It's like, hey, Superman, how's it going? And he's like, dude, I got a lot of things to do.
and definitely no time for you.
Definitely nothing to say to you.
All right, and Victor, fictional character, who
Wow.
would you meet? If you could pick one character to meet, who would it be?
I guess I'd have to choose between Spider-Man and Batman.
Okay, all right.
Well, if you could beat Batman, at least he could give you some money or something.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be Batman because Peter Parker has nothing. He is broke. Most of the in most versions of him is a broke teenager.
Broker than me. And it's hard to achieve.
Yeah, so Batman for sure. I'd be like, yo, Bruce, let me get a job at Wayne Enterprises at least, you know?
Or at least be like
I can clean your shoes.
Right, exactly.
It could be, what's his butler's name?
Alfred.
Alfred. Yeah, go help Alfred out. Be like, hey, Alfred, give me a job.
Because Alfred is old as dirt. It's about time for him to retire anyway. So I'd be like, you know, you could put that old man down. I'll take him.
Oh my goodness. But then you'd get roped into being a superhero, Aaron. They'd be like, well, Aaron's living here, so I guess you're going to have to dress up and go fight with Batman since Robin's
That's
dead.
cool. That's cool. Give me a suit. I'll do it. I would definitely do it.
Oh, brother. Aaron, where do you get these
man.
questions from? That's all I want to know.
Oh, it's, you know, online. You can find anything online. Oh my God. That's pretty funny. Victor, we just want to say thank you very much for coming on our podcast and allowing us to bombard you with these ridiculous questions that make absolutely no sense, but that's just what we do.
Aaron, we could have delved deep into literature, the history, everything that he knows, and we talked about Batman.
Well, guess what? Guess what? He can always come back and tell us a little bit more about some literature. How is that? Is that cool with you, Victor? Would you ever come back on our podcast?
It would be an honor.
See, he would come back and teach us some literature.
And maybe next time we'll have some better questions.
Yeah.
No, I see what you're doing, though, Aaron. I see what you're doing. We're setting a foundation so we all know who he is. The next time that we go, we'll go deeper into the literature stuff, because I am very interested. Is there anything that you would suggest that we look up to kind of get familiar with right now? And if you can just repeat that writer for us real quick that you were talking about.
I'm sorry?
The writer, the author that you were speaking about.
Machado de Assis. May I spell it for you?
Yeah.
Nachago
Okay.
Beassis.
Okay. Joaquim Maria Machado de Assis.
Yeah. His most famous work is Memórias Póstumas de Brás Cubas. I'm sorry for my Carioca accent.
I noticed that my friend Daniel, he does that. He tries to speak in that accent. I think he likes how it sounds. But we had some friends from Angola who we spoke to as well, and they speak a little different.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
we did. We
my
did have some Angolanos on here before too. We should see if we can get like.
No,
We
no,
should
no.
see. Yes, yes.
Everyone's like, their accent sounds weird, and I'm like,
No, 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 no. Just to kind of stir the pot a little bit, we should get like somebody from Portugal, someone from Brazil, maybe throw an Angolan in the mix, and I think I know a Cape Verdean who would also jump in, just to kind of compare the
and
accents
then
and the
Daniel. Then
and
we
then
need to
yeah, and
throw
then
in
Danny,
Daniel.
yeah, we should do a podcast with everyone and just kind of talk about the language a little bit more too. So maybe that'll be our next one. We'll do literature and we'll do language, and just talk about the different expressions because there's different expressions used in each of those places, and there's certain expressions that's used in Portugal that was is not used in Brazil and vice versa, and they have
Mhm.
different meanings, and it makes for very hilarious conversation.
yeah.
Yeah, some words just don't translate right, and I just can't wait till we get to
Oh,
that.
and one last thing is we were talking about idioms on another episode, and I was wondering if there's any idioms that you could think of in Portuguese that maybe we don't have in English
Or
or
expressions.
expressions. Sorry, expressions.
Mm, let me think. I think there's an idiom very particular we use here to express admiration or surprise. We say "eita,"
And how do you spell that?
"eita," EITA.
Vita.
Eita, eita.
Okay.
Hmm. So how would you use that? Like, give us an example. Like, how would you use that in a sentence?
Um, well, my team just scored a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And say "eita," you know.
Eita, because they just scored a goal. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. All right. Huh.
Or
Interesting.
you, when you see something falling down on the streets, you say "eita."
Oh.
Oh, so it's like surprise as well. Like,
Yeah.
oh, snap.
Oh, yeah. Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a new one for me. I never heard that. Or
Mm.
if I heard it, I've put it this way: I've never used it. I never used it. Maybe I've heard it, but I just never paid attention to it.
Well.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, hey, like I said before, thank you so much, Victor, for coming. We would love to have you back
Mm-hmm.
for
It will be an honor, and
for our
thank you for
controversial.
inviting me.
And
Yeah,
hopefully next time we
absolutely.
won't ruin your football watching.
Yeah, yeah. I'll check. I'll check and see if there's a game on first before we schedule.
Today's the final round.
I know, right? Of all the
All
days, right?
days.
It's like I purposely waited until this day. Hey, don't you want to jump on the podcast? But no, thank you so much. It was an honor to have you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me here today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you made me think of answers I thought I would never give in my whole life.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people tell us.
Thank you for that.
Oh,
We
man.
ask a lot of crazy questions here.
Yes, thanks,
Next time, yeah, right. That was just breaking the ice. Next time, they're gonna be bizarre.
Oh, no, Aaron.
We
I
are gonna really get into the nitty gritty
what
next time.
fictional character? I don't know. I mean, what answer do you have to that, Aaron? You see, we need to ask you the questions. You're not going to be next time, Victor. You ask him the hard questions.
Yeah. I have my revenge.
Yes, Victor's Revenge. Well, that's what we'll name
That'll
it.
be that's what we'll name the episode. Victor's Revenge.
Okie dokie. So I'll do the outro stuff now.
Okay.
Oh, well, I don't even know what to say. This has been Two Crazy Scoops Podcast with your hosts Ao and Antino. If you want us to ruin your football game watching experience, dial us. We'll call you up at one of the biggest games in your country. Thank you. And good night.
For those of you who didn't bring your fireworks, thank you for coming.
Oh, wait, I'm recording this right now. So they won. Did they win? We'll add this at the end of the episode.
When the referee gives them extra minutes, due to the game pauses. And in those minutes, we got the goal that gave us the win.
Wait, so they won? Hold up. Because I'm looking it up online and it's saying that. Oh, wait, maybe that's not today's game. Wait, hold up.
It's Flamengo e Internacional.
I have to say, this has been the loudest podcast we've ever done. I am loving the fireworks.
Oh, standing. Okay. Oh, no, okay, no, it does say. It does. Oh, yeah, they are number one.
Wow.
It's just ended.
Well,
I guess there will be no fireworks remaining.
they don't have to, they're just taking him back out, lighting him on fire. Good times.